What up guys, it's Markin, and today I'm going to give you one tip to make you a better League of Legends player. Now in today's video we're going to talk about the importance of being self-aware. The actual definition from the dictionary of self-awareness is to be aware of oneself, including one's traits, feelings, and behaviors. Now in terms of League of Legends, what I interpret that as being able to see your plays, the plays you make, every step you take in the game from an unbiased viewpoint. If you make a mistake, or even if you don't make a mistake, you're able to look back on the play that just happened and be able to say, okay, I could have done this differently, I could have done that differently, instead of just immediately saying, oh, it's not anything I did wrong, I did everything absolutely perfectly, there's nothing that I could have changed at all to make that a better play. You need to be able to be completely unbiased. Pretend like you're watching somebody else play, and as you're looking at your replay, as you're looking at your play, as you're thinking about it in your head, being able to say, okay, if I went towards top lane here instead of towards bottom lane, I could have avoided that gank better. You know, things like that. You just need to be able to step back and not think that you always make the best choices, because you don't. Professional players, the best players in the world, don't always make the best choices. It just never is that way. So you have to be able to take a step back and actually watch what you're doing and realize what you're doing wrong. Now, the most important aspect of this is fixing your mistakes and in turn preventing them from happening again. If you're harassing in lane, say you're bot lane, you're an ADC, and you're trying to harass your opponent, you're trying to outpoke them, but you're missing all of this CS in the process, you're not able to keep your farm up, so you're losing out on gold. Even though your opponent is getting poked down a little bit, they're still gaining their money. They're still getting their money, they can get a better item than you when you back. So it could be a mistake for you to not be taking your CS and just poking them down, when in the long run it's just not going to help you. Now another aspect of this is taking responsibility for things that went wrong. If there was just a team fight and you realize that you did something wrong that really caused the team fight to spin out of control and then a big loss for your team, you should be able to look back and realize what you did wrong, take responsibility for that, let your team know, you know, I did this improperly, next time I'll be able to do this and we can definitely take this fight. It'll help you improve your play altogether and make you a better player overall if you're able to see what happened, fix your mistake, prevent that mistake from happening in the future, and take responsibility for it. Being able to, you know, even yourself, being able to let yourself know that that was an issue that you had, now you can improve upon it. You realize it's a mistake, and now you're going to try to prevent that from happening. Now, the main benefit of being self-aware is that it will make you a better player. This will help you get out of bronze, get out of silver, make smarter plays, and not be stuck in low elo anymore. Players who snowball always look for mistakes from their opponents. They'll look for somebody being out of position. If, say, you're going up against a Thresh, if you're out of position, he's going to hook you, you're going to die immediately. And in turn, players are going to snowball. So players who snowball always look for people to make mistakes. Now, the less mistakes you make, the less opportunities your opponent has to snowball. If you don't make a mistake, get out of position, it's impossible, not impossible, it's less likely for them to kill you to be able to take advantage of something. If there's not a mistake there for them to take advantage of, they have nothing to take advantage of. They won't be able to snowball. Less mistakes obviously leads to more wins. Now in order to look back on your own game in an unbiased state and see what you did wrong, you're going to need to record your gameplay, you're going to need to use LOL replay, go back. It might take a little bit of time. Now during the game there might be a point you think, you know, I could have done something differently, what could I have done to change that? And if you have your replay saved, you can go back, look at that point in that game, come up with the game plan next time. The last thing I want to touch on is to not be passive. Being self-aware and trying to make less mistakes is completely different from being passive. Being passive is almost as bad as making a mistake. If you have the opportunity to go for a kill, but you don't want to make a mistake when you go after that kill and you don't get it, that's just as bad as making a mistake. Technically, that is a mistake. If you have a kill lined up and you can take first blood, get the extra gold, and you don't go after it, you don't take it when it's right there, that's just as bad. Losing that gold is just as bad as making a mistake and giving that gold to the enemy team. Now, I wanted to end this video with an example of my own gameplay, where I found a mistake and I fixed it on the fly in-game. Now I'm playing as the champion LeBlanc. LeBlanc's W allows her to teleport to a position and it applies damage to wherever you land. LeBlanc's E throws a chain at the target. If the chain stays on the target long enough, it will root them for 1.5 seconds. This leaves you 1.5 seconds to apply damage to them for free without them fighting back. Now when I first encounter Teemo here, I W into him, then throw my E. Now I realize my E missed completely. When I teleported back to my original spot, my E was just all over the place, I didn't land it, and I should have been able to apply a lot more damage to him. Now in my second encounter, I remember that. So first I start with my E, I throw my chain, I root him into place, and then use my W to apply damage, teleport to him, and get out of there for the kill. Now this is just one instance of me realizing I made a mistake and how I can improve upon that. I do it on the fly, in-game, and it's something that you should be able to do as well. I hope this video helped you out, and I will continue to make these tips for you to become a better League of Legends player. Thanks for watching, and stay active.
Hitmakers.